This is going to be the ultimate guide on Super Bowl promo release 2, or the Super Bowl present promo. Let's go ahead, hop right into it. Shout out to MuttGG for the article, dude. I was literally pulling my hair out trying to get down all those things that they were saying on the stream revealing this, but we've got the article right here to go down and go through it. The link to that will be down in the description below if you want to go read that yourself, but let's get right into the players. So starting off, we should have the welcome pack players. We've got two welcome pack players. They are going to be Jalen Carter and DeAndre Hopkins right here. I will show you Jalen Carter since you guys can't see him right there, but here's his card art for him. The thing with these cards is they actually upgrade other cards throughout the promo. So when you upgrade them, they start off at a tier an 86 overall, and you will actually have to upgrade them throughout to a 95 overall. That's where you see these final stats. DeAndre Hopkins with 96 speed, which is just ridiculous, and you'll end up getting a Jalen Carter that has like 98 block shed, 97 power move, only an 84 finesse move, but still 90 speed, 97 excel. He's ridiculous as well, but they will boost these different cards throughout the promo for their specific team. So you can have, I don't know for sure if you can have DeAndre Hopkins and Jalen Carter leveled all the way up to where they would boost all of these cards, but at least you will be able to get one of them. So if you had DeAndre Hopkins, it would boost all Chiefs 85 overall players, 89 overall players, 92 overall players, and then their 95s and 96s. And then the inverse for Jalen Carter, you would be able to actually upgrade all of his 85s at the tier 1 upgrade. The tier 2 upgrade would get them to boost the 89s. The tier 3 would upgrade the 92s, and then the tier 4 upgrade to get him to that final 95 overall would actually also upgrade the 95s and 96s. You can see the upgrades there. They're the exact same, except for whatever reason they actually changed the 89s to not give them play rec and zone coverage. I don't know, maybe TJ just misspoke, I'm not sure. But these cards also get that stocking stuffers motivation chemistry options, which was available obviously on the stocking stuffers cards from the Zero Chill promo, if you guys do remember. But they will you'll have a choice between either of these four: power run, pro passing, run stopper, pass defense. You can see right here, these are the different upgrades that you get with whichever one you choose. You can only choose one of these, at least to the best of my knowledge, unless they decide to, for whatever reason, let you choose to. I don't see that happening. But when we go down here to our LTDs, we've got, actually, let's go ahead and start off with these lower overall champion cards, or these lower overall hero cards. I'm not going to go over the 89s and the 85s. I'll just scroll through real quick if you guys would like to see any of those names. Maybe they would go on a separate theme team for you, or maybe you just want to pick up extra little filler cards. But where it gets really interesting is these 92 overall cards, because they have what they are calling conditional ability buckets. Now, though, that basically just means that if this certain player or their team records these stats that you see on the screen now, they will actually get this special upgrade or this special ability bucket. Now, when we get to the 94s and or not the 95s and the 96s, they will actually get some attribute upgrades as well, but just for these 92s, they will only get ability upgrades in their buckets. In this game day bucket is what they're calling it. So in their game day bucket, or 92 overall Jordan Mailata, we'll just start off at the top, go to the bottom. He would get natural talent for 0 AP if the Eagles record 280 plus passing yards. If you see me looking over, it's because my monitor's on this side, so apologies for that. And then he would get pass protector for 1 AP if Jordan Mailata himself does not allow a sack. Now, I don't know how that would work if he gave up like a half sack and the guy on the other side of the line gave up a half sack too. I don't know. But if he gives what it says allows no sack, so maybe it just has to be 0 completely. I'm not exactly sure. Next is going to be Quinyon Mitchell. He's going to get 0 AP pick artist if the Eagles record 2 interceptions. If they do not, obviously he just won't get that discounted to 0 AP. And he will get secure tackler for 1 AP if he has 4+ tackles. They did not mention if it was solo or not, so I guess technically he could get 8 assisted tackles and it would work that way if that's how they would apply it. Then Will Shipley, the backup to the backup running back, his game day bucket, he would get 1 AP mid and elite if the Eagles running backs have 50 plus rushing yards in the first quarter alone. Stout Chiefs run defense there. I mean, I guess not really if you saw how James Cook toted on him, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Then red zone threat for 1 AP if he scores a touchdown. Now, I will say he is the kickoff returner for them and the punt returner. I believe he's the punt returner, but he's definitely one of the kickoff returners. So I guess there is a chance that he could crib one to the house. Otherwise, I'm not so sure on that one. And we got Jahan Dotson right here, Eagles and Commanders chems, but he will get a game day bucket of mid and elite for 1 AP if all of the Eagles wide receivers combined have 8+ catches. I see that, I mean, being very easy for them to obtain. If not, I guess Jalen Hurts slander is warranted. And then his second ability discount would be red zone threat for 1 AP if he were to score a touchdown. Then going over to the Chiefs side of things, for their game day bucket, it's Leo Chanel starting off, 92 overall. He would get 0 AP lurk artist if the Chiefs have 4+ passes defended in the second half. So any kind of, I mean, it doesn't even need to be a pass breakup, I guess, just a pass defended. And then extra pop for 1 AP if Leo Chanel himself has 2+ tackles for loss. Next, jumping on over to Isaiah Pacheco, he's gotten jukebox for his game day bucket for 1 AP if Chiefs running backs have 70+ rushing yards in the first half, and then running back apprentice for 1 AP if he has 5+ catches himself. Next, on to Marquise Brown. He's got the Chiefs, Ravens, and Cardinals chems, but for his game day buckets, he gets jukebox for 1 AP if Chiefs wide receivers combined have 11 total receptions, and then deep and elite if he himself has 80+ receiving yards. Now, the only thing tricky with Marquise Brown is then when you go ahead and take a look at Noah Gray, his is tight end specific, where, like I said, Marquise Brown is going to be wide receiver specific. So it kind of depends who exactly they lean on there. But Noah Gray would be able to get short and elite for 1 AP if Chiefs tight ends have 9+ receptions, and mid and elite if he himself has 5+ receptions. So we will go ahead and we will just scan and go into these cards a little bit. I'll do this kind of quick, but that way you guys can at least pause the video if you would like, and you can take a look at their stats. And the only stats that are showing right now are the ones that were revealed. I just don't have the big screenshots pulled up because that's going to take way too much of your guys' time. So I'm just going to, like I said, click through here real quick. That way you guys can see these cards and pause if you would like to actually look at some of these stats. We just got 2 more right here, and then Jordan Mailata, there's his stats there. Now, when we go up to these champion cards, you'll get some extra boost in there. Like I said, some attribute boost, but then also you could possibly get extra ability buckets. Now, taking a look, as you can see, here's the Jalen Hurts card. I mean, I guess it kind of spoiled it, I guess, if you guys weren't surprised if you didn't already see it scrolling through. But like, we'll just do what we did with the 92s or the 94s, I mean, and start all the way from the top. I guess it was 92, whatever. But Jalen Hurts, quarterback, his game day bucket is going to be gift wrap, gunslinger, and Truz and Gunslinger for 2 AP, gift wrap for 0. Now, all of these cards, when you see this say game day bucket right here and it lists out these abilities, they will already get these abilities for that set price. Okay, the only thing that can happen is those can actually decrease in terms of AP cost. They will not go up or anything like that, but those are their standard abilities that they will come with at those price points or ability points. Then he can get +1 speed and -1 AP to all of these, so obviously gift wrap can't go any lower than 0, but he could get gunslinger for 1 AP or Truz for 1 AP if the Eagles score 3+ rushing touchdowns. Definitely a possibility. And then he would get +1 throw power and jukebox for 0 AP if he has 30+ rushing yards in the first half. And then he would get +1 change of direction, and the big one here, hot route master for 1 AP and a tier 6 ability bucket if he has 300+ passing yards, which I actually believe he did the last time they faced the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Next is going to be right outside linebacker Oren Burks. He's going to get him for his game day bucket no outsiders for 0 AP, flat zone KO for 1 AP, and then reinforcement for 4. As you'll see, this last bucket here, or this last ability, I guess you would call it, are actually X factors, but as passive abilities. He can get those +1 speed and -1 to all those abilities. If the Eagles have 40 plus solo tackles, could be a little bit challenging, especially with the gang tackling that's probably going to be going on. He can get +1 agility and enforcer for 0 AP if he has 5 tackles in the first half alone, and then +1 zone coverage and avalanche for 2 AP and a tier 6 bucket if he has a forced fumble or 8+ tackles. Again, we don't really have the clarification if when they say just tackles like this, if it needs to be solo or not. I would assume, since they called out Eagles 40+ solo, that it doesn't matter if some of those are combo tackles. Then on to the next Eagle. It's going to be 95 overall Nolan Smith Jr. His game day bucket is going to contain 0 AP secure tackler, 1 AP no outsiders, and 4 AP fearmonger. He can get +1 speed, -1 AP to all of those abilities if the Eagles have 7 tackles for a loss. Obviously, it could be 7+. It's not like this one doesn't say plus on there, but it's not like if they have 8, he's just going to get screwed out of it. The next, he can get a +1 excel and edge threat for 0 AP if he has 1 sack or more in the first half. And then he also can get +1 finesse move and unstoppable force for 4 AP, which obviously is a lot, in his tiers, and a tier 6 bucket if he has 2 sacks and 5 tackles, not or, and. Next is going to be wide receiver Devontae Smith. He's going to be getting jukebox for 0 AP, short elite for 2 AP, and double me for 4 base. He can get +1 speed and -1 to all those abilities if the Eagles have 3 or more 20+ yard receptions, +1 agility and outside apprentice for 0 AP if he himself has 50+ receiving yards in the second half, and then +1 deep route running and mid elite for 1 AP, and a tier 6 bucket if he has a 60+ yard receiving. I guess it doesn't even have to be a receiving touchdown, a 60+ yard touchdown or 100+ receiving yards. Next is going to be going over to the Chiefs side of the ball, and that will start with Travis Kelce. His game day bucket is going to contain tight end apprentice for 0 AP, third down threat for 1 AP, and then grab and smash for 3. He can get +1 speed and -1 agility to all of those, or -1 AP to all of those abilities if the Chiefs record 25+ total receptions. Then he can get +1 agility and slot-o-matic for 1 AP if he records 3 receptions in the first half, definitely likely. And then +1 break tackle and red zone threat for 0 AP, and that tier 6 bucket if he has 2 touchdowns or a 20+ yard touchdown. Then we've got George Karlaftis right here. Edge threat for 0 AP, double or nothing for 1 AP, unstoppable force for 4 AP, and then he can get +1 speed, -1 to those game day abilities if the Chiefs force 2+ defensive turnovers. He can get +1 power move and secure tackler for 4 AP, or for 0 AP, my apologies, if he has 2 tackles in the first half. Definitely doable. And then +1 block shed and Colossus, which was an insane ability last year that actually turned into an X factor, for 5 AP, and that tier 6 bucket if he himself has 2+ sacks and a forced fumble. Then onto a cornerback, Jalen Watson. He's gonna be 95 overall here. His game day bucket, he's going to be pretty good off the rip. He's going to get 0 AP pick artist, 1 AP secure tackler, and 2 AP bottleneck. So he's going to be more of that man-to-man type corner. He's going to get +1 speed, -1 ability points to all of those ability buckets, or all of those abilities if the Chiefs record 7+ passes defended, +1 jump and short route KO for 1 AP if Watson himself has 1 pass defended in the second half and 2+ tackles, and then +1 zone coverage and shutdown, and that tier 6 bucket if he himself records 1 interception and 3 tackles. And then last champion card is going to be 95 overall Kareem Hunt. He's got the Chiefs and the Browns chem, and then his game day bucket will contain goal line back, spin cycle, and then Truz for 3 AP. He can get +1 speed and -1 to all of those abilities if Chiefs running backs in total record 100 plus receiving yards. I think that's supposed to say rushing yards. Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense to me. And then +1 acceleration and jukebox if he himself has a touchdown in the first half. And then +1 spin move and steamroller for 0 AP. And that tier 6 bucket if he records 2 30+ yard rushes. Now, I will go ahead again and I will go ahead and click through all of these cards, that way you guys can see them. For whatever reason, it's not wanting to load. Okay, great, that's awesome. So we'll just go ahead and move on up to the LTDs. As you can see, 2 of them right here, Patrick Mahomes and Saquon Barkley. Give you a second to look at those stats. And then we go up here to the LTDs. We've got Saquon Barkley. He's all right. I don't know why they gave him 95 base speed, but then that Kareem Hunt I was about to show you, they gave him 96 base speed. I don't know why they do what they do there, EA. But then Saquon Barkley right here, for his game day bucket, he's going to get jukebox for 0 AP, leapfrog for 1 AP, ankle breaker for 3 AP, +1 speed and -1 ability points to those buckets if the team has 150 plus total rushing yards, which is definitely doable. +1 break tackle and running back apprentice for 0 AP if he himself has 50 plus receiving yards. He'll get +1 spin move and human joystick if he has 100 plus rushing yards in the first half. +1 jump and first 1-3 for 3 AP and a tier 6 bucket if he records one of those crazy runs he always does, but this time it's got to be a 75 plus yard rushing touchdown. Next, again, we get an LTD Cooper DeJean. I'm asking EA to just drop a normal champion card, but whatever. Cooper DeJean, his game day bucket is going to be pick artist for 0 AP, extra pop for 1 AP, and then avalanche for 3. He can get those down 1 AP and +1 speed if the Eagles have 7 plus passes defended. +1 agility and secure tackler for 0 if he himself has 4 tackles. That, like I said, that's not, it doesn't specify whether or not that's solo or not. But then +1 catch and deep zone KO if he has an interception or 3 passes defended. And then +1 change of direction and reinforcement for 3 AP. And that tier 6 ability bucket if he has an interception and 5 plus tackles. Next, moving on to Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. His game day bucket, he's going to come stock with 2 AP Gunslinger, 1 AP High Route Master, or 3 AP Escape Artist. He can get that down 1 AP and +1 speed if the Chiefs score at least 24 points. I definitely see that being likely. +1 throw power and gift wrap for 0 AP if he throws less than 18 completions. Seems like that one, I mean, obviously I want a good game, but that one kind of seems like it's free. I don't know. And he would get +1 medium accuracy and run and gun for 3 AP if he has 2 plus touchdowns in the first half, and then +1 agility and a tier 6 ability bucket if he records 380 plus passing yards, which is absolutely insane. But I mean, I guess they have to make it kind of hard for him to get his last special bucket, since they kind of made it seemingly anyways a little bit easier for him to get those first few. Then lastly, we've got Chris Jones, defensive tackle for the Chiefs. His game day bucket is going to come with El Toro for 0 AP, interior threat for 1 AP, and then relentless for 2 AP. He can get that down 1 AP each of those and 1 speed if the team records 4 plus sacks. +1 block shed and secure tackler for 0 if he himself has a tackle for loss, which, I mean, it's Chris Jones, he probably will. At +1 agility and double or nothing for 1 AP if he has 1 sack himself, and then +1 strength and unstoppable force for 2 AP, which would be ridiculous, and then a tier 6 bucket if he has 1 sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in 1 down. So they're basically saying he has to get a strip sack and recover it, all for him just to get a tier 6 bucket. Kind of wild, but I mean, honestly, I don't hate it, because I would actually hate to run up against Chris Jones with 2 AP unstoppable force out there in Madden. But that was the ultimate guide to everything Super Bowl release 2. Sorry, my brain's all over the place right now because of that. As you can see up here, I'm actually like looking at Jimmy Butler stuff, but that's besides the point. So that is Super Bowl part 2 or Super Bowl present, whatever you would like to call it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I hope you did enjoy it. Like I said, link down there is going to be this MuttGG article if you want to read it yourself and not hear me yap about it. But that's been all for Everybody Dynamic, y'all. Hope it helped. I'm out. Peace.